YouTube, it's your girl Sheila J, and I am back with another video. If you are new here, welcome. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to turn on your bell notification so you can be notified every single time yours truly uploads a new video. If you are not new here, welcome back, but you always come back because I am everyone's favorite everything, your favorite YouTuber, and everything I touch always turns to gold. And in today's video, it is a well-needed rant video because I, as you read by the title, self-love, self-care versus being selfish, including some extra stuff that I'm going to throw in this video, don't think that people know the difference between self-love, self-care, and being selfish. Because there's a huge difference between loving yourself, knowing your worth, and being just straight up selfish. I'm sorry, but there is. You can know your worth, and I preach on knowing your worth. I preach on self-love. I preach on putting yourself first and not pouring from the cup if your cup is not full. But when someone needs a helping hand, you don't gotta be a brat. You don't gotta be cocky with it. Because it's one thing for you to be loving yourself, knowing your worth, knowing your value and everything. But it's another to let all of that stuff go to your ego and let your ego start talking to you versus your higher self-talk. Because I'm seeing in this community that I'm feeling that some people in this community are manifesting from ego and not their higher self. And that's for a whole other video, for a whole other day. But I really wanted to touch on this video because it actually annoys me. You can still love yourself and still love other people. That is perfectly fine. You can still love yourself to know that, okay, I'm going to get back to this later. It's about how you respond. It's not how you react or whatever. It's about how you're responding. Okay, I love myself enough to be like, okay, I'm going to put me first, but I'm going to let you know. Or love yourself enough that if you need to vent to somebody, ask your friends, are you in a position where you can vent? Where you can hear me vent? Do you have the emotional capacity to hear me vent? These are things that show that you are being empathetic, that you are being compassionate towards somebody, and means that you're not being selfish. And I am guilty as charged here and there for doing this too, which is why I am doing this video, because I know I do this sometimes. I call up my friends sometimes and I just start going on a rampage like I am doing here versus asking them, do you have the emotional capacity to hear me vent? And when you can ask somebody that, you are now putting the other person first and showing them love and respect so that you can get love and respect back in return. Because it's one thing for you to love yourself. It's another thing for you to love yourself and someone else. And that's the missing piece. That is the missing piece in this entire world. It's being able to love you and still put someone else, put your feelings aside and love them unconditionally, to still show them love and compassion and empathy. That's what love is. That is genuine love. And self-love means that you love yourself enough to work on you so that the other person doesn't have to work on you, because it is not the other person's responsibility to fix you. That is your responsibility. But I think that people get selfish a lot of the times and close themselves off because of the hurt that they've been through. And I'm sorry to say that, but if you are closing yourself off because of the hurt that you've been through, then you still have healing to do. Because the whole point of healing is to be able to open up and receive love and give love. That's the whole purpose of it. But if you cannot do that, then you still have work that you have to do. And if people are showing you about you, then that means that you have work to do. That doesn't necessarily mean that the other person has work to do. That means that you have things that are in you that are not being aware to you. And your higher self is trying to let you know, hey, wake up. You're being drawn into your ego a little too much. And I'm trying to wake you up to see that there's some more things that we got to work on. And you're not listening. And you're trying to project that stuff that you have to work on in you onto someone else when that's not that other person's fault. It's you. And until you work on you, you're going to keep getting into these same vicious cycles that your higher self is trying to tell you, because there's a huge difference between manifesting from your higher self and manifesting from your ego. And I'm seeing way too many people manifest from their ego and not from their higher self. And it looks ugly. That is ugly. Because and manifesting already gets ugly. The real nitty-gritty of manifesting is ugly. It's not meant to be pretty. A spiritual awakening is not meant to be pretty. I'm sorry to say that, and I know that bursts up a lot of coaches' bubbles on here, but that's how you're going to be able to tell the difference between someone who's speaking truth and someone who just wants your money. That's the truth of the matter. And if a person is telling you that you don't have to do the internal work and all you got to do is do this to manifest, no, run. Because you cannot bypass your internal compass of what's going on internally to manifest your dream life. Because as fast as you were able to manifest that with an affirmation, it's as fast as you're going to lose it, because you didn't genuinely work on yourself. You worked on yourself to get the desire, but you didn't actually work on yourself because you only did it to get what you want. That was the only reason. So you're going to lose that thing that you got in the first place because you didn't genuinely work on yourself. And I'm seeing so many people have their self-concept be so high, but yet their energy is screaming ugly because they don't know how to humble themselves. It's like, dude, wake up. You are not that great. Wake up. And I am all for positivity. I'm all for people thinking that they're the best thing since sliced bread. But in some situations, there gotta be a chill pill. You gotta put in a chill pill. And I'm sorry. And another thing that I want to add on, that's why I say this is a rant video. Another thing that I want to add on is that your real friends are going to let you know when you've taken it too far. Your real friends are going to let you know when there is something that you need to work on. That your real friends are going to be vulnerable with you and let you know, hey, Sheila, you're going too far off the fucking deep end. You need to come back to square fucking one and whatnot. And if your friends aren't doing that, you need some real friends, because your friends are supposed to be able to tell you about yourself without you getting too caught up in your fucking feelings. That's what your real friends are supposed to do. I'm sorry, not sorry. That is what friends are supposed to do. Your friends are supposed to be able to tell you about yourself. And my friends do this all the time. Usually when I've strayed the course, my friends are able to tell me that, and I'm able to take it back and be like, okay, yeah, I see where I went wrong. I know what I went wrong. Okay, I can course correct it. Because a lot of you guys are so far up in here that you are still forgetting you still have to engage with other people. There's a disconnect. We are all connected, yes. But on this journey, you got to work on you enough to bring that connectedness to the disconnect. And there is a disconnect. And that's why I'm like, okay, yeah, I see the self-love. I see the self-care. I'm all for the self-worth. I'm all for the self-value. I'm all for the self-care. I'm all for this. But there is a difference when you are overflowing with joy and being selfish. There is a difference when you are like, you know what? My cup is not full. I cannot give to this person because my cup is not full. There is a difference between just not giving to somebody because your cup isn't full, and then when you are overflowing, you are just not giving at all. And that is where it gets selfish. That is where it gets selfish. It is a difference between when you have nothing to give. It is okay to be like, you know what? I don't have the energy right now to give to you. I don't have the money right now to give to you. It is okay for you to say no when it comes to these types of situations. But when the universe gives you your manifestation, and then you start to overflow in abundance and overflow with love and overflow with all these positive things, that's where the true test is. And that's where a lot of you guys fail, because you don't give from a place of genuine love, compassion, and empathy. It is okay to give. But a lot of you guys give and expect something in return when you need to just give because you have abundance. Change the perspective. It is okay to give when you have to give, because that is setting the pathway for you to receive more and more abundance. But when you don't give, you are closing yourself off to receiving more abundance, to receiving more. And then you're going to possibly lose because you close yourself off to getting more of what it is that you want, because you're not grateful for what it is that you had in the first place, because you're not giving. You got to give to receive more, because you're exchanging energy, because that is energy at the end of the day. Money is energy. Love is energy. So even if you don't have it right now, tell the person. There's nice ways for you to tell people, hey, I'm not in a really good headspace right now. I really don't want to communicate. I really don't have this right now. There are ways to do that. But if you have it to give to somebody, that is fine too. Don't just put it off and be selfish and be greedy with it. Don't be greedy about your blessings. Because I'm telling you, when I see this, it looks like you're manifesting from ego and not from your higher self. Because if you were manifesting from your higher self, you would be literally doing it from a place of love, empathy, and compassion. And I'm seeing this now as a red flag. I don't want to deal with this because it's sad, to say the least, because I see so many of you get into manifesting and law of assumption and law of attraction or whatever, and it just seems like you're just doing it because you want something, not because you actually want to heal yourselves, not because you actually want to change. You just want it. You just want to get into it because everyone else is doing it, and it's like that's not manifesting. Like, and I'm sorry to burst everyone's bubble and put this video out here as a rant, but I just really wanted to come on here and speak this as truth, because I think someone needs to hear it. Like, someone has to hear it. Someone has to say it, because I don't see anybody else saying it. So someone got to say it. I don't care if nobody likes the fact that I'm saying it. It's the prospect of the matter. You watch my content for a reason. And I keep it real with you. And that's why I do the videos that I do, because I keep it real. I'm letting you know what it is from my personal experience. This is from my personal experience. This is what I see is working. And not manifesting now used to be fun. Law of attraction, like law of assumption, law of attraction. Like y'all be thinking that, oh, the law of assumption is this and law of attraction is this. And y'all be butting heads at each other. That's not manifesting. Y'all button heads, and button heads for what? What are y'all button heads for? Y'all are forgetting that at the core of everything, what's missing is love. Love is what's missing. And without love, how do you expect to heal anything without love? If love is not at the forefront of any of your manifestations, I don't know what to tell you, because love should be at the forefront of any and all of your manifestations. So I say this to say, if you've watched this video long enough, where in your life are you not operating from a place of love? You want abundance, you want money, you want your SP. Is it from a place of love and your higher self, or is it coming from an ego perspective? Because if it's coming from an ego perspective, that is going to kill your desires as fast as anything else is. That is literally going to kill you. That's like, I'm not saying that it's literally going to kill you, but it's going to become toxic because you're manifesting from ego and not your higher self. And that's why I want people to actually look within themselves. Like, okay, do I even want my SP? Or am I manifesting my SP because everyone else is out here manifesting their SPs? Are you manifesting your SP because you want your SP? Or are you manifesting your SP because you want to say, oh, you did that? Because I can't tell you how many times I've manifested an SP. And now when I sit here thinking about it, I think I only did it because I wanted the satisfaction to say I did it. And that's not from your higher self. That is a ego perspective. The SP that I have now, I can genuinely say that I am manifesting him from my higher self, not from my ego. And I say that because I can tell the difference because of my life experiences. And when you go through life, you will see your life experiences, because unfortunately, life is gonna life, and you're gonna constantly have to change. You're gonna constantly have to evolve. So there's always going to be something that you have to work on. But you are perfect just the way you are. You are enough. But do not let your ego get the best of you, because honey, you can be thrown off the pedestal just as quick as you put yourself on there. So don't sit here walking around like you the hot sugar honey iced tea, because we are not supposed to be walking around here thinking that we are all the sugar honey iced tea. We got to be humble too. You have to be humble. Kendrick Lamar said it best. Humble. BITCH, sit down. Sit down. Life is going to life you. Life is going to life, and life is going to humble you. So when life feels like you're being too much of something for somebody, life is going to life, and life will humble you real quick to remind you, no, we need to learn. We need more growing. And that's what I think a lot of you forget. Y'all let this law of assumption cheat code thing get the best of you, and then you sit here like, oh yeah, I can manifest my way out of it and blah, 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 and all this extra stuff. It might be a cheat code. You might be able to manifest your dream life and all this extra stuff, but don't let it get to your head. Some of you are letting this shit get way too far up your fucking head. It's getting too much to your head. Y'all are working on your self-concepts a little too high and making it a little too high. And there is a difference between being confident and overly confident and being cocky. There's a difference between being confident and being cocky. And honey, it does not look pretty when you are cocky. And that's why I say there's got to be a difference between your ego manifesting and your higher self manifesting, because some of you some of you are literally letting this stuff get so much to your head, giving it this so much to your head that you are coming across as ugly because your energy is screaming, I think I'm the best thing since sliced bread. Yes, you can think that, but don't sit here walking around telling that to people, because someone's going to literally, you're going to tell that to the wrong person and they're going to tell you about yourself and remind you that you still have work to do. Because we all have work to do. I am reminding you that you still have work to do. We don't know everything. I don't know everything. You don't know everything. I'm not going to walk around here pretending like I know everything. But what I will tell you is that life is gonna life. And it is your job to choose how you respond to it. And it's also your responsibility to show people you actually are a human being and not just some stuck up person. Because I tell you right now, I do not want to be around anybody or associate myself with anybody who thinks they all that and a bag of chips and isn't humble about themselves, because that's not the energy that I give. Because I love everyone and I give love. I give to people. Because when I start to sense that you are doing too much and you are giving me this energy that is not the type of energy that I want to move with, that's when I start to see you differently. Because you are giving me energy that's just weird energy. And it's like energy like I just don't want to associate myself with them right now because you are not humble. And I only want to associate myself with humble people. As simple as it gets, especially because this Generation Z, they just think they don't gotta do shit for the stuff that they do. And it's like that's I don't know. Like, y'all Gen Z's fine manifesting and y'all just think, oh, I know the cheat codes of life. I don't gotta do what? I don't gotta do anything. Bet. Nah, come on now. You still got work to do too. I had to work. This person had to work. We all got to evolve. We all got to do this. We all got to do that, because unfortunately, it's going to take 2% of the world to shift the consciousness of the world to being more loving and joyous and all this extra stuff. It's going to take 2% of the world to do that. And that is a little over 100 million people to do that. So we're not going to be able to do that if people are around here being cocky. Because it's one thing for you. I'm not against you being confident, but you got to learn a balance of being confident and humble at the same time. When you're confident and humble, that's attractive. But when you cocky and when you confident and you don't got a humble bone in your body, it comes across as cocky and it's not attractive. It's not. It's ugly. And people flock to me so much because I do not outright say I don't say it. That's why people love me, because I don't say it. I can wear makeup and I can still be pretty. I don't have to wear makeup to be pretty. I don't have to do my hair to be pretty. I love myself enough where I don't have to do that. But some of you are out here letting everything get to your head and it's making your head turn into a balloon. Like, pop. I'm here to pop and bring you back down to earth. Okay? I'm here to pop and bring you back down to earth and let you know that I'm here to remind you that you can get what you want, but be confident. Do not be cocky, and know the difference between when you are being cocky and when you're being confident. Know the difference. So that is my rant video for the day. If you've watched this video this far, I appreciate you. Leave me a heart in the bubble. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on this, because again, I just want to spread love and awareness, and that's why I did this video, because I just want people to be less selfish and just lead with their hearts, love and empathy and compassion, and just not let their egos get the best of them. So I'll be doing another video on ego manifesting versus higher self manifesting. So stay tuned for that. Thank you for watching. Bye, guys.